Welcome back, all our 40K fanatics out there. I'm DJ.
And I'm Lane.
And we are here with Tim's Nation, bringing another Warhammer 40K battle report. Today is training day. We are playing some more, well, my army has kind of the World Eater essence of, if you want to play World Eaters and you're looking to build this army, you look through the codex, you see a bunch of cool units. That's the mindset that I went in with this. This is the Berzerker Warband that is built around the essence of World Eaters. And if you were going to play them, like I said, and you wanted all these different cool units, this is where it's at.
But DJ, what if I don't want to play World Eaters?
Well, then you can play Votann.
Heck yeah, I'm going to play some Votann today. We got a new codex. I've got the new models. Nothing's painted yet. It's going to be a while before it's painted, but it took me a while to build them. It doesn't matter if the little vehicles are little. They still have as many bits and pieces as the bigger things. I built a Rogel Dorn recently and built one of these little Capricus, and it takes about the same amount of time. There's so many bits and pieces, these little guys. But yeah, we're running the Brandfast attachment, so the vehicle-based attachment. And it's not really a competitive list that I tried to put together. I just put all the new units in there, so we're going to get to see everything on the table.
Yeah, no, neither one of our lists are very competitive. Like I said, I wanted to go through the mind. Someone mentioned in the comment section about running a World Eaters class. I by no means think that I'm a World Eaters expert, or it's one of my armies that's in my expertise, but I do understand 40K at a higher than normal fundamental basis, and being able to, I do love the World Eaters. It's a lot of fun to play them, and this is a very good fundamental gateway into it. And as I mentioned in my army video, some of the other detachments like Demonkin are very, very strong, but then you're not necessarily playing World Eaters, you're kind of playing more demons because of how much you need. And that may not be the way that some people want to play World Eaters. This is a good starting point. Vessels, the Grotmist detachment is awesome, but play Berzerker Warband first. Get used to the way it plays because it's a lot more forgiving. And it's a lot of fun when you go flipping through your book and look at things and go, huh, well, with +2 strength and +1 attack, my Rhino gets 7 attacks, hitting on 3s, strength 8, AP 0, 1 damage. You know what? That thing's going to go and run over a scout squad for a little bit, which is hilarious to look at some of the data sheets and see the buffs that they get. So, we want to get into the game because I have no idea what half this crap does. And Lane has talked to me about this, and I have sat there with him and gone, wait, okay, so this does this when, and then this trigger, and it's just like, so
yeah, it's a very complicated codex. I'm probably going to mess some things up. Leave me comments. Let me know what I messed up because there's so many different things to keep track of. Now we got to keep track of yield points. There's multiple ways to manipulate those. I'm sure I'm going to forget because you got to remind me because it's both of our command phases when I gain yield points, depending on what objectives.
Okay, so I will definitely do my due diligence to remember your rules.
Yeah, just remind me that I get to do stuff in your command phase. That's
so far, I have to say, and I give Lane the golf clap on this one. As we've been playing Grey Knights and I've been working on the Grey Knight factions and everything, he's probably reminded me about more rules of what my army does than any opponent should. Right. Where he's like, did you do this, DJ? Did you do this? I can't remember. There's one thing that like I'm forgetting.
I think you kept forgetting the Purifier's got the reroll wounds like all the time.
Yeah. And I just throw the dice and I go, okay. And I
like, no, reroll those, DJ. Wounds. I'm on an objective.
Oh, no, the Banisher. You were going, every unit I was in the fight phase with, he would always go,
oh, yeah.
Leadership. Roll your leadership. Like, it was like probably 6 or 7 units in a row. Yeah. Like, use your detachment buff. Oh my gosh! So that was kudos to Lane. Good sportsmanship on that one. Learning an army and getting used to that stuff, but it was really bad how many I just didn't do. So okay, but enough about that. Grey Knights World Eaters. We're doing World Eaters in Votann today. Lane, real quick, show us this list. Show us what you got.
If you want more details on the data sheets, the detachments, the stratagems, the enhancements, how we plan to use everything, please check out our separate army list videos. Mine is very long because I go into great detail about these new Votann. But for now, here's a quick rundown of what we're running today. I have exactly 1,995 points of Leagues of Votann in the Brandfast detachment. We have one Arcanist Evaluator. He's going to shoot something. We've got a Brokir Iron Master. He does have the Trivarg Cyber Implant enhancement. We have Buri Agnerson, the Thrice Devoured. We have 2 Memnir Strategists. I've only got one of these models, guys, so I'm using a Grimnir to proxy for the other one. And then we do have Uthar the Destined. Uthar is back on the table. For Battle Line, we do have 1 squad of Hearthkin Warriors. For dedicated transports, I do have 1 Sagittar and 1 of the Capricus Carriers. The Capricus Carrier with a gun on it is the transport. I also have one of the defenders. He does not have his gun built yet. Didn't get that far. We have for other data sheets, we've got 2 squads of Brokir Thunder Cannons, so 2 6-mans, one of which has the Grav Blast Cannons, which no longer have the blast keyword for some reason, and the other one has the Conversion Beamers. We do have 1 squad of Chthonian Earthshakers. I did equip them with the Tremor Shells to give out battle shock tests. We have 2 Hecaton Land Fortresses. I'm running both with the Magna Rails today. One of them's got the Conversion Beamer on there, but we're using both as Magna Rails and bolt cannons all around. I've got 1 squad of Hernkin Jaegers. I've got 1 of the Capricus Defenders, so I did put the Magna Rail on there, and they have the twin the twin autocannon on there as well. And then I've got 1 6-man of the Ironkin Steeljacks with the heavy Vulcanite Disintegrators. DJ, what are you bringing today?
All right, so my army list video was also a bit longer, too, because I wanted to kind of go into the details as kind of a learn to play for close combat, as well as just world leaders from a basis and a beginning standpoint. For the Berzerker Warband that we're bringing today, we have 3 10-man squads of Berserkers, 1 led by a Lord on Juggernaut, 1 led by Karn the Betrayer, and 1 led by Master of Execution that has enhancement to give them +1 charge and reroll charges. The Master of Execution and Karn the Betrayer squad will be in our 2 Rhinos that we have. We also brought 1 Forge Fiend here today with 3 Ectoplasma Cannons. The Demon Prince, who is going to have the enhancement to be -1 damage. We have 8 of the Goremongers, 10 of the Jackals, 2 Chaos Spawn, and last but not least, we have a 6-man squad of 8-bound led by a Slaughterbound. And he's kind of the one that I would just want to see him go off because, especially Berzerker Warband, I gave him the enhancement. So he's going +1 attack, +1 damage. Then you have the +1 attack, +2 strength for the detachment. And then once per game, +3 attacks, devastating wounds. So I just want to flip all the switches and watch him just smack something into oblivion. It may not be something good, but I'm going to look at the situation and see it's like, all right, well, you guys are going to get shot off the field next turn. So you know what? Flip the switch and just dissect that squad. I want to see it happen. But yeah, no, like as I said, with the World Eaters, this is, if you like combat armies and you want to see more ideas of how to play combat armies in a basic good beginner starting point, I think this is going to help be a video for you to see kind of how I deploy, how I move out there, and just how to play that game. And it'll do well just to be able to keep up with people who have been playing for a longer time while you're learning what you like about this army. And from a collecting standpoint, a lot of the detachments in World Eaters are very linear. Gore-Track, a lot of Berserkers, Slaughterback, a lot of 8-bound, etc., 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 etc. This is a good detachment that gives you variety while collecting the army. That's what I'm going to say about World Eaters, because the rest of it is going to be on the Votann, because this is big brain book is how you put it.
Yeah, there's just a lot going on. You got to manage your command points, your yield points. You gain your yield points in both people's command phase. Plus, you have different ways of manipulating them. Like I said, to use the stratagem, I should be an acquisition, and that's the one where if I get 7 yield points, I'm no longer in that. I move to Fortified Takeover, so I may be trying to keep back and spend yield points to go back to acquisition. So yeah, and a lot of the things, units have multiple abilities, and it takes things working together. There's not one unit you point at and go, hey, shoot and kill the thing. You need to buff it by giving it ignore cover from something else, and use a stratagem here and use a yield point here, and make sure you're in the right status, either acquisition or fortified takeover, depending on whether you're getting +1 to hit when you're on an objective or your opponent's on an objective. There's a lot to keep track of, so hopefully I do pretty well with that today.
Well, I'm definitely going to put Lane through the ringer because we are a channel that creates 40K content. So hopefully I will have a lot of questions. I'll ask them and I will bring them up, and I will put Lane on the spot and make him have to answer them on camera, and he cannot get them wrong.
I will then look them up in the codex.
Nothing he's allowed to get wrong. Yeah. No, but Lane has all his resources, so I'm going to try and push him, put him to the test, and we'll get this memorized. We'll figure out what's going on here, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Odd or even?
Even.
Well, that traveled.
That went all the way.
Yeah, that was a long range for a 4. All right, so even. Do you have any infiltrator? Well, yep. It's on me, so it's on you. Get the choice. I have 1 infiltrator, and I have 2 squads with a scout move.
Yeah, I will deploy first.
You'll deploy first. All right, we'll be back after deployment. right, we are deployed. Lane, what are we doing here today?
We are playing the glorious game of Warhammer 40,000. We're keeping it simple today. Dawn of War for our deployment, which is hot dog style, I guess, as the kids call it these days. And our primary mission is just take and hold. Starting battle round 2, you get 5 points for each objective you control, up to 15 points.
All right, so for me, for the War Leaders, we have a Forge Fiend in Strategic and a 10-man squad of Berserkers with a Juggernaut Lord also in Strategic. We're going to try, I have in my mind, to try to rapid ingress with the Berserkers to get them in a great position with that 10-inch move to be able to make a charge on a flank. And the Forge Fiend, put him in play so he's within 18 to fully maximize both of his effects of rapid fire as well as reroll hits. As far as what's on the table, we did put our spawn over here because we were still trying to figure out what Lane was doing. They're kind of by themselves. And then over here we got the Jackals ready to sticky the home field objective and then go run and hide. Our Demon Prince is hanging out there. He'll be loaned out for those characters. And then we got both our Rhinos ready to make a pass on the left flank and then try to move into center. We also have the 8-bound with their scout move all hanging out in the corner of the building at the maximum of my deployment zone to get out there fighting. And then the Goremongers are put up here so they can go up and tag that objective if need be and do all that sorts of things. They're just up there ready to go. So that's me. Lane, what are we doing?
So in reserve, I did put Steel Jacks with a Memnir Strategist into reserve. And then over here, we've got the Capricus Carrier with 5 of the Jaegers in there. We've got...
And that's got the scout move now.
Yes, that is a scout move. The Sagittar does not have a scout move anymore. It has 5 of the Hearthkin, and it has the Arcanist Evaluator in there. He's going to jump out and shoot something real good. Hopefully not blow himself up. We got a Hecaton that's got 6 men of the... Thunder Buddies with the conversion beamers and the Iron Master attached to them with the enhancements. It's going to give them sustained 2s. We got another Hecaton. This has got the Grav Cannon, Thunder Cannon side. We've got our indirect fire, the Chthonian Earthshakers here. We've got another Memnir Strategist just hanging out on this objective so he can manipulate the yield points. We've got Uthar with the other part of the Hearthkin here. They're going to stick you this objective, then move out and give me some free strats. And then we've got the Capricus Defender. The Shooty Capricus also has a scout move of 9 inches. Got some Jaegers in the middle here ready to get onto an objective. And then Buri is holding up this flank all by himself. He can do it. He's so strong.
All right. After Lane was just telling me the lore behind this character, I kind of wish I played Tyranids today.
Yeah.
And actually, Lane, give us a little recap. What's the short version of this lore?
So way back in whenever they squatted the squats back in 3rd edition or whenever, when they removed the squats from the game, the lore was that they were basically consumed by Tyranids. So this guy is the last surviving member of his clan, and he's been eaten by Tyranids 3 times, and every time he has punched his way out of whatever critter ate him. So he is Buri Agnerson, the thrice devoured.
And he looks like that. He gets some cover art too. Look at that.
Yeah,
Look at that. He gets the cover. All right. So you do have what? They also have a scout move, or they're just infiltrating?
They just infiltrate.
Okay, so you had the one scout over there. Who else has a scout move?
Just these 2 little.
So both
buggies.
of those skimmer bodies.
The
Okay.
Capricus, the Caprici.
All right. So I do have 2 scout moves as well. I have the 8-bound and the the Chaos Spawn, depending on what we have happen here. Obviously, both of us want to go second in this scenario. I could take going first. I could make some good distance across the table potentially. So we'll see. All right, dice, decide. Hey, it looks like I'm going first wholeheartedly. I got the 6. So first, we do have some scout moves. So for scout moves, Lane, talk to us a little. What do we got? How do we have to resolve scout moves since we both have 2 units?
Well, you're going first, so you do your scout moves first.
All right, and that is all of my scout moves, correct?
I guess, maybe, I think so.
All right, so I'm going to do
I'm
my...
not an expert. I'm just an enthusiast.
That's fair. All right, so I'm going to do all my scout moves. Lane's going to do his. We'll take a look real quick, and we'll start the game. All right, so we looked it up real quick. It is alternating for these pre-battle things. So we do one at a time. So first one I did was I moved the spawn up here. Lane answered back by running his vehicle back here. Didn't want to get charged by the spawn. Don't blame them. They could, accidentally roll hot and do a lot of damage. Over here, I moved up the 8-bound next. Looking at it, I would be able to possibly get a first turn charge on the Hecaton. And Lane put these guys right in my way. So I'd have to deal with them first. So that's it. It's time to play the game. For the World Eater turn 1, we're looking at Bring It Down and Cleanse. So really just going to be able to get points off this vehicle right here. That's our goal, is to blow this thing up in some way, shape, or form. It blocked us from being able, because the Slaughterbound would have been right on top of this for its 10-inch move, to be able to get, like, I think it was a 6-inch charge onto the Hecaton. So now we won't really be able to. I could try to multi-charge and bring them in there. We'll see if I'm feeling squirrely there. But for my blessings, I did not go into reroll charges. Instead, I'm going with the 6-inch pylon and consolidate, as well as sustained hits for this turn. So, cleanse and bring it down. Cleanse, the Goremongers are going to cleanse over here. We stickied our home field objective with the Jackals, and then move them up to give loan up to the Demon Prince. We are going to pour everything from both Rhinos and the Demon Prince in the shooting phase into this and see what happens. Obviously, I'm not anticipating that it's going to do very much, but still going to give it a try. So I think that's about it, and then we'll shoot it and then probably just charge in there. So Lane, at the beginning of my command phase, what happened for you and the Votann?
I got a yield point.
And why?
Well, that's because I controlled an objective that is in my deployment zone. And of course, that means we're still in hostile acquisition. So we are getting, at the start of the game, we're in hostile acquisition. That means we get +1 to hit things that are on objectives, and we reroll charges.
All right. Also, Lane did 0 CP for this Hecaton over here. So overwatching these guys, he did get 1 of the bolt cannons through to do 2 damage to 1 of my 8-bound. All right. Let's do some shooting and fighting. All right, so we're about to charge, but this side did not expect. So kudos to Lane again, reminded me, oh yeah, Rhinos have firing decks. And it was the plasma pistols from the Berzerkers that actually were able to hit home and tear 4 wounds off of these things, so rip them down. We did put all the bolters from the Rhino. Okay, so the Rhinos. These 2 Rhinos picked up that vehicle. 12 shots with the bolters, plus Havocs that didn't really do anything. And then the plasma pistols finished off. This one did hazardous, but nice as it is, since the weapon is on the vehicle just took 3 damage. So, yeah, now these guys are battle shocked. Doesn't matter much.
The Capricus is only toughness 7 with 7 wounds and only a 4-up armor, so it is not a durable little vehicle.
No, so I could try to multi-charge into the Hecaton. I don't like my odds on it, so instead I'm just going to charge into these guys, as well as these guys. The spawn moved up. They were like 0.1 inch away, just out of engagement, so they were able to move. They moved 3 inches away, but we're still going to charge them. And because of our 6-inch pylon and consolidate, we'll see if we can do anything fancy to maybe tag the Sagittar. And then we'll just try and make Lane use that command point to have to fall back and shoot with this Hecaton. So we'll pick these guys up and we'll see how it cleans up and how it looks in the end. So let's do some charging. Hey, guess what? Those 5 little Votann were no match for a 6-man fully buffed 8-bound unit coming in with sustained hits. Wow, go figure. I bet no one was expecting that. So we did use our 6-inch pylon consolidate to wrap these vehicles. They punch back, no damage, but we wrap them up so Lane's only going to be able to pull 1 back to be able to fall back and shoot. He can fall back with both of them, but only one's actually going to be able to fall back and shoot. So a little bit in there, we'll see how that helps out. And then over here, the 8-bound, we got 17 hits. He ended up with only 5.
No, 17 attacks.
17 attacks, excuse me. 17 attacks, but we ended up with only 5 wounds, even with sustained, and Lane saved exactly 1 to keep one little dude alive. We stay there in cover. We'll see how that survives. But that's going to be it for my turn. 2 on Cleanse, 4 on Bring It Down, and that's it for the World Eaters. Over to Lane.
For my first turn, I pulled Overwhelming Force and Attempting Target. DJ has decided to tempt me with his most secure of targets. So this little guy passes Battle Shock, so he's so brave and so bold, he'll live forever. We got some spawn here. We're going to have to try and shoot with Capricus Defender and maybe this Hecaton, depending on how things go over here. I did fall back with this Hecaton, but before I did that, I disembarked the Thunderkin here. So they're not going to be outside of 12 inches, so they're not going to get a conversion magic, so it's going to be kind of a bummer. But we absolutely have to deal with these guys. They're just going to wreck everything in combat. So yeah, that's it. We fell back with the Sagittar here. Before we did that, we disembarked with the Arcanist Evaluator. So, yeah, That's what we did there. These guys hopped out as well, so we're going to try. We got to put everything we can into these guys to shoot them until they go away, and then we have some alternate targets here. We can kind of shoot down here and try and get overwhelming force on these 2 units here. So that's it.
Did you spend the strat to fall back and shoot?
I do that in my shooting phase, so it depends on how my shooting goes. If I don't need to spend the strat, I won't.
Now, doesn't your hackathon get a buff, though? Give a buff to the guys that disembark from it?
No.
Not anymore? Okay. All right.
So these guys, the conversion beamer Thunderkin actually did pretty well. They're not in conversion range, so they weren't getting their lethals and sustain 2s on 4-ups, but they still were able to shoot away the whole squad of possessed. What are these?
Those are, well, they're basically possessed. They're 8-bound.
The 8-bound, yeah. They were able to shoot the whole squad of 8-bound, leaving only the character left, and then the Arcanist Evaluator finished off the character because of course we overcharged. Oh, you know what, DJ? I forgot. I owe you his overcharge roll.
Oh yeah, isn't his overcharge like super nasty?
Well, it's standard hazardous, 3 mortal wounds to a character. However, because I super overcharged, it goes off on a 1, 2, or 3. It adds 2 to the roll. So here we go. We're going to throw his roll. On a 1, 2, or 3, he takes 3 mortals. He's taking 3 mortals. He's down to about a single wound.
I like it.
Okay, so anyways, we were able to clear them out. Good news. We needed to do that because they were going to wreck everything they touched anyway. So yeah, that was neat. This guy, he fell back and shot. He was able to shoot this rhino and kill it. We did get a Magna Rail shot through and finished off that rhino. The Earthshakers only took 2 of the
Goremongers.
Goremongers. They only picked up 2 of the Goremongers. Rolled a good number of shots, but hits and wounds were not that great. So these guys, the Thunderkin, were able to finish off the Goremongers and shot into them. The Hecaton shot here and finished off the spawn. The Capricus Defender did shoot the spawn first, but missed with his Magna Rail and got 2 damage through on one of his autocannons. So that's it. We did get 2 for overwhelming force. Did not tempt the target. So I'm going to pitch that one probably for a CP. And then we'll move on to DJ's turn.
All right. For the World Eaters, we have Extend Battle Lines and Area Denial. So in Lane's turn, when he did destroy my Goremongers, I spent a command point to sticky this objective since I controlled it. And so until Lane takes it, I got that stickied as well as my home field. So Extend Battle Lines I score just by those state-based abilities alone. For Area Denial, we moved the Jackals out here. And when we did, this little solo dude left, cowardly ran away. So we're going to try and shoot him down with some auto pistols because we got those. Well, we got guns. Then over here, the Berserkers their rhino got blown up. They moved up and they're going to try and charge into the Hecaton with Karn the Betrayer. And then over here, these Berserkers disembarked, moved up, and they're going to charge over here. Now we're going to have to contend with, and we're going to talk about this more I'm going to have Lane talk about it right now, is this new unit. What is the name of this unit?
Well, first of all, I do need to talk about the beginning. Your command phase, I got 4 yield points because I controlled my deployment zone, and 1 in no man's land, another in no man's land, and I controlled more than you because this guy was on this one at the time before you moved on there. You did his counter move. And so that gave me 4 yield points, getting me up to 6. And then I used the Memnir here to put me up to 7. So that does put me into Fortify Takeover. The reason I wanted to be in Fortify Takeover, because when I brought these guys in to Overwatch, that means they'll be hitting on 4s. And also it makes all my infantry neg-1 to wound, making them more durable. So make their Overwatch better and make my neg-1 to wound.
Do they have sustained or anything else?
They will not have sustained because they are not wholly within 6 inches of transport.
Got it. So that's them. So they're going to be Overwatch.
The Steeljacks. You asked me what their name was.
Steeljacks, yes.
The Steeljacks, the Ironkin Steeljacks with the heavy plasma disintegrators.
Got it. Then over here, we just move the Demon Prince up. He'll probably take a pop shot at the Hecaton, just try to do some damage to it. And then we move the Rhino up here to just block and also still kind of hold the objective. And he'll just take some pop shots into the Sagittar. He's not going to do a lot of damage. Maybe we'll hit it a couple of times. As far as our reserves, we did bring in our Forge Fiend. So our Forge Fiend, we're going to mess with this flank a little bit. We're going to try and use our invuln and toughness and general vehicle size to see if we can do any work over here. We got a character a gunboat, and a single solo dude. So what we're going to try and do is the Forge Fiend is going to put 2 shots into him with full rerolls and rapid fire. And we're going to put 1 gun over here without the rerolls, but still rapid fire, and see if we can't pick him up as well just to get rid of him. That's pending that our little auto pistols don't do the job. So that's it for movement. Let's do some shooting and then charge. So shooting wise, the only thing that happened was we did successfully knock him down. Hey, so back up. We are in the middle of the charge phase. We're going to try and get a charge with him because we had a 9 and we're on the reroll charges blessing for this round as well as lethal. But I wanted to stop and talk about a couple other things that are going on. So first we charged over here with the Berzerkers. Yay, they made it in the Hackathon. Now we just declared charge with them. We haven't rolled the dice yet. Lane, talk to me.
So we had the Steeljacks that we rapid ingressed, and they overwatched for free with the Memner Strategist. Because I am now in Fortified Takeover, they hit on 4s in Overwatch with 6 shots apiece. Just means a whole bunch of shots. Hitting on 4s, Strength 6, AP 1 damage with dev wounds. So I guessed that I would kill about 3 guys, and I killed exactly 3 guys in the Overwatch.
All right. So now we're going to finish up our charges, and we'll see how much damage we can do. So we just completed our fight phase. So over here, the Berzerkers charged in. We dropped the Hackathon down to 3, but it's still alive. Didn't really get the lethals through. We had lethal and reroll charges for this turn. Did not see many lethals. So that's going to hurt on the crackback. Then over here, we did the same thing. We charged in here, but after seeing what the Berzerkers did, I decided to focus most of my attacks on the Thunderkin just to get rid of them. We got this guy down to 1 wound, one guy down to 1 wound, and that's all that's left. And then, in a heroic feat of bravery, Lane did spend 2 command points to interrupt over here because the Forge Fiend made his charge. He tank shocked for 5, putting this dude at 1 wound remaining. And like I say with this codex, any data sheet can be a strong combat option because he got +1 attack going to 7 attacks and was strength 8 or 10. Either way, was able to wound on 4s because Lane's making me -1 to wound right now when I'm stronger. And we were able to get 1 through to finish him off. Lane interrupted and he was able to put 6 damage onto my Forge Friend. So he's down to 6, but now that Forge Friend is sitting on that objective going raw. So that's going to be it for my turn. We will get area denial at max points. And we got to extend battle lines as well. So good turn on secondaries because we're probably going to get, it's going to hurt. It's really going to hurt. All right, over to the Votann.
So on this turn, I've got Bring It Down and Assassinate. Bring It Down actually might not go that well. We'll see how things go. I'm going to rely on this little Capricus here to shoot him and maybe get that Magna Rail through. That doesn't seem really hopeful for me because I fell back with the Hackathon here. I'll probably have him fall back and shoot, but he doesn't really, he can't see through here to this guy, so we're not going to be able to shoot him.
Or my Rapid Ingress Berzerkers with a Juggernaut that have a 10-inch move and are hanging out over there. That's
right. And then
just throwing that out there.
So this guy failed his battle shock. He did not fall and hurt himself when he fell back. He is only at 1 wound. These guys move forward here, so they're going to be able to shoot probably over there at the cultists and then charge into these guys if we need to. Over here, these guys are in danger. They're going to shoot the Berserks as hard as we can. Again, only 2 shots apiece. Sustain 2. We'll use the yield points to give them sustain 2, but it's going to proc on 6s because we're not in conversion range, which is a bummer. And we'll be hitting on 4s, but hopefully we can kill some of these guys. Then they'll just blood surge into me and kill me real bad in combat. So that's it. This guy failed his battle shock. He fell back. He did not desperate breakout either, so he's still alive. Now let's do a little shooting. All right, so shooting. The just because the Steeljacks have just a flurry of 1 damage shots, they shot into the cultists in the middle there, aced them pretty easily. I only rolled half the shots and they picked up the squad, so we double killed the squad. Then we used Uthar to shoot at the Forge Fiend, hitting on 2s because he's attached to the Hearthkinser, and he got 3 hits. And then 6s are dev. I rolled 1 6, and then I spent a yield point to flip 1 to a 6. So we did 2 dev wounds to the Forge Fiend. And then the Capricus, the Magna Rail on the Capricus hit and wounded, and DJ failed to save. So the Magna Rail on the Capricus Defender successfully picked up the Forge Fiend. Neat. So I didn't have to throw grenades with this guy. The Hecaton here shot these Berzerks and killed a lot of them, but not all of them. Didn't do that well on my bolt cannons. So we got, what, 3 guys plus the character left there?
Yep. And so I blood surged into the Hecaton because it was technically the closest and pulled me away from some of the other units being able to charge in. I'm not going to do anything to Hecaton, but I do contest the objective because Berserkers are OC2 and the Master of Execution can get it close to.
Yep, I might make a charge in there. I got Uthar and the Steel Jacks. You can charge there. So we'll go for that. Over here, the Conversion Beamers, once again, even though they were not in conversion range, they were too close here. I did spend the 2 yield points to give them sustained 2. There was 12 shots here. I did roll 4 6s, so obviously above average on the number of 6s I rolled. We ended up doing 12 wounds and picked up the squad. And the Iron Master finished off Karn with his grav rifle, so we were able to kill the whole squad. The 3 damage is real good. The AP2, even though DJ was getting cover, failed a lot of saves there. So, and he could not blood surge because he was no longer attached. He died and then stand back up with 3 wounds remaining. I forgot to shoot.
No, you didn't, because he was dead at the time.
I know, I could shoot your Rhino.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll roll that out here in a minute. But that's it. We're going to do a little bit of charging. Oh, they fired at the Rhino over here. I didn't want to shoot at these guys. I could, but that would give them a blood surge move, and they would get on the objective and get a free primary. So I didn't want to give DJ any extra pre-primary. They're going to get over there and kill all this stuff presently. So, yeah, that's it. We're going to do some charges. So I charged in here with Uthar the Destined. I failed my first charge. I used the CP here to reroll. I already used this free one for the turn, for the battle round. We made it on the reroll. Then I rolled a big 10 for the Steeljack, so they came in as well. I was hoping to save a CP so I could tank shock Karn here, but that didn't happen. So because we spent the CP on the reroll, I decided not to charge here. I left Karn. Oh, I could have charged with these guys, though. Too late now. The Grav Hammer might have done its 3 damage. Anyways, between Uthar and the Steeljacks, they were able to punch away the squad, but weren't able to pick up the character. The character, Master of Executions, did swing back into the Steeljacks. He was able to precision out the Memnir strategist and got one of the Steeljacks as well. So that's it there. That's it for my turn. So we get an Assassinate because we did kill Karn once. And then we got Bring It Down for picking up the Forge Rend. On to DJ's turn.
Establish a locus and defend strongholder for this turn. So what we're doing, I could try. Well, actually, I could establish a locus with that Rhino I just brought back there and get 4 points. That's interesting. I'm gonna think about that real quick because I do this action in the shooting phase. I had other plans for him, so we're gonna think about that. So what we did. We moved in a very specific order because I knew Lane could Overwatch, and he's playing Votann, which means he's got a good Overwatch. So first we moved these guys. I figured they weren't going to get Overwatched. Instead, reactive move Lone Little Doggy, and he got in here, and now he's protected, so I'm going to have to charge that and take them both out at the same time, which is going to put him in lane of the Hecaton. Ouch. All right, so that's going to happen there. And then over this way, we moved the Rhino first. Lane didn't Overwatch. Then we moved the Demon Prince in lane Overwatch. We have damage reduction 1 on him with his enhancement. So when Lane shot at me, I took 2 failed saves, so I only took 4 damage, so he's down to 6. And then open up Karn, but Karn still sits still. So that was for the Overwatch.
Yeah, and so for newer players, the reason I Overwatched is because DJ moved the Rhino up here. He did not move Karn. So in the charge phase, because Karn didn't move in the movement phase, DJ could charge these guys with the Rhino, and then charge with Karn, so I wouldn't be able to Overwatch Karn. So I knew he was going to deny me the Overwatch on Karn, which I wanted to kill because he's only got 3 wounds left, and I'm flat 3 damage. So that's why I shot the Demon Prince, did a little damage there, because I wasn't going to get the opportunity to Overwatch Karn.
And that was exactly the plan that I was going with. So we did 6-inch pile and consolidate, and we're doing the sustained for this turn. And we got very, very little shooting, and then we're going to get to some fighting. All right. So we charged in. Demon Prince popped the Sagittar. And then because of the 6-inch pile and consolidate, moved right over here just to block the way and go, no, you're not. No. What do you think you're doing? So we locked these guys up a little bit, just to mess with them a bit so they can't just go running and advancing off and take my objective from me. No, that's not happening. Karn did what I needed him to do. I spent a command point. Well, yeah, I spent a command point to give him precision. So he took out the hammer, which was the flat 3 damage in the AP that could have taken him out. And then he stood strong into the Thunder Buddies. So good job there. The Rhino. We tank shocked with the Rhino. And it finished off the Hecaton, which that's good. So we got that out of there, out of the backfield. What wasn't so good for us was the Master of Executions only has 4 wounds, and he took just enough hits, exactly 4, and he went bye-bye. So Master of Executions went down. And then as expected, we did manage to make our charge over here with these guys. We surrounded the vehicle that was here. So when it blew up, Lane had a desperate breakout, failed it, and the guy inside died. So we got that, cleared this corner for a little bit. And because of our 6-inch pylon and consolidates, blessing this turn, moved him back here just to make Lane have to work a little harder to get over to him. Not like you can't move this thing through a wall and everything else. So yeah, but that works out well. We're still sitting on Defense Stronghold. We're going to pitch Established Locust for a command point because I think I'm going to have to still do a lot of work back over here. I don't think really sitting on actions is going to be where I'm at right now. And that's it. Over to Lane.
Okay, so I pulled Area Denial and Established Locust, and DJ is exactly 6 points ahead at the end of last turn, so I will get a challenger. So we got Opportunistic Strike. I always go for the extra points. So one or more enemy models from 2 or more different units were destroyed this turn. So we just got to take 2 models away. So the Hecaton should kill at least one of these guys. We just have to make sure we kill something over here. I'm going to make sure Karn dies, I guess. I'm going to spend the CP on these guys to fall back and shoot, and I'll probably shoot at the Demon Prince, see if we can get him. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do some shooting. So the over here, Uthar moved into the middle. These guys advanced towards DJ's home field objective, trying to take that from him. So let's do a little shooting. So it took a little doing. I fell back with these guys. I spent the CP for them to fall back and shoot. They shot at the Demon Prince and did nothing. Didn't roll any 6s, so no lethals. Didn't get very many wounds. They're only strength 7 on the conversion beamers. Obviously not in conversion range. Problem there. I did shoot at Karn with the little dudes, and they got a hit, meaning that now we're ignoring cover into him, and then we blasted at him with the Chthonian Earthshakers, got him down to 1 wound. And then we shot at him with the Arcanist Evaluator. I, of course, super double overcharged. I probably didn't need to because I only have 1 wound left, but I wanted to make sure he's dead. And I killed Karn, and then, of course, the Arcanist did explode himself. So they died. But that got me a kill. I needed to get 2 models from 2 different units. The Hecaton over here whiffed real bad. He only got 2 of the Berserks in the shooting phase. They did Blood Surge into me and punch me a bunch, but did only a little bit of damage. I still got 10 wounds left. So that was it for my turn. So we did score Established Locust thanks to Uthar, and we did a good Area Denial thanks to Uthar. And that's it. On to DJ.
All right, World Eater turn 4. We had Mark for Death as well as Assassination. So originally I'd recover assets, but I really don't have anything to do objectives with, so I just pitched that for a CP, and that's what got me to Mark for Death. Lane picked things, all these things that I couldn't get to, even though I wanted to Assassinate going over here, couldn't do it. No fallback and charge, unfortunately, so we were stuck with this Hecaton. Instead, over here, what we did, we picked this little squad as our tertiary, our gamma target, and we weren't able to shoot them down, so we had to charge them with the Demon Prince and pick them up. We did charge over here with the Rhino and Tank Shock. He's been an MVP, and they did a little bit of damage in there. So now we're down to just the Thunder Buddies from that squad at this point in time. And then over here, we got the Hecaton down to 1 wound. I spent a command point to go +1 AP, and I stuck on Sustained and Lethal for the turn, so we were able to actually sink quite a bit of damage. Almost took it down. Lane got hot on his saves. I mean, it wasn't crazy. He was on 3s he's on 4-ups and stuff, but he just went into a cycle. Those last 4, he clutched it and said, nope, we're not failing these. But he gave me enough 2-damage weapons to get me in that position. So we did pitch Assassinate for a CP. I don't see myself being able to get to either one of these 2 characters and play the game proper. And that's going to be it for my turn. We did only just got the 2. But we did get a big 15 on primary at the beginning of the turn because our sticky objective here, and then we held this one with the Berserkers still. So, all right, over to Lane.
My turn 4, I have recover assets and behind enemy lines. I haven't really been talking about it, but I'm up to like a whole bunch of yield points. So we're definitely in Fortify Takeover. So remember how the Hecaton survived on 1 wound? Well, I fell back with the Hecaton. I auto-passed him, so I didn't fail a battle shock. And then DJ overwatched with these guys, with their pistols, and a plasma pistol got through and killed the Hecaton.
I had 3 CP, so I had the CP to go, okay, I'm going to play a wild play here. That was a wild play. I wouldn't recommend it if you're low on CP. But, man, that paid off and really changes some of the momentum.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened there. I lost the Hecaton. We fell back with these guys. I can decide my shooting phase if I want to fall back and shoot. I do have a CP left. These guys are going to recover. This guy's going to recover assets because he did pass his battle shock. This guy's going to recover assets. And those guys advanced, touch DJ's objective, and they're getting me behind the enemy lines. So, I guess these guys, I'm just going to shoot these guys over here and see what happens. So I did fall back and shoot with these guys. I just got 1 wound through on the Demon Prince. 3 damage reduced down to 2, so he's at 4. These guys shot into the Berserks and just killed one of them. Just 2 wounds got through, and that's it. So I was not going to charge or anything here. Let the Berserks come out to me and see if they want to play. But that's it. Yeah, so we recovered assets in 2 zones. We got behind enemy lines with the boys over there, scored a few points. On to DJ's turn.
Going into the last World Eater turn, we moved through it quickly because there's not very much. It was kind of dedicated. We had Tempting Target and Sabotage. So the Rhino did what it should do in this situation. Went over here and is sabotaging in there. Probably is going to be able to live forever now, especially with some of the damage we did do. So we moved the Berserkers up. Now this is a Berserker squad with a 10-inch move because of that Juggernaut. Moved in, charged on the multi-charge, picked up the little dude with 1 wound left, as well as the squad and Uthar. We spent a command point again to go +1 AP. Really strong strat. I'm going to remember that because that really boosted the Berserker's damage output. And the sustained and lethal helped tremendously. So we did take our Tempting Target, which was this one because it had to be in no man's land. And then over here, we charged in with the Demon Prince. He got overwatched again. Down to 4 wounds, and then he didn't get Overwatch, actually. Didn't they get Overwatched? Who'd you Overwatch this time?
Oh, these guys.
They did Overwatch those guys. Picked a couple up from there. He didn't get Overwatch. He was already down to 4. He went down to 3 after he got punched by these 2 dudes, but he came in there and picked 3 of them up. We did a sweep profile and just tried to maximize our damage off our sustained, lethal, and then dev wounds on the charge. So we're waiting on that Sabotage for that sweet 6 points. We got our 10 on primary and our 5 for Tempting Targets. Over to Lane to finish up the game.
My last turn, I ended up with Storm, Hostile Objective, and Defend Stronghold. So Defend was great. Storm is kind of bad. It's a real problem with these guys because their Blood Surge move just makes dealing with them extremely difficult. So what I did is I moved these guys forward. I moved those guys back a little bit so they didn't get Blood Surge into. And I shot with the Earthshakers, killed a couple guys. These guys shot, and I rolled 7 dev wounds on their shooting. And when they shoot something that's on an objective, the critical wounds get precision. So I just chose the precision out the Juggernaut Lord in case I made a charge in there, he wouldn't be there to punch me. So we got this down to 1 guy here. We had Storm, Hostile Objective. If these guys made the charge in, they needed a 10 on the dice, so they failed their charge. I didn't have any CP to reroll because I cycled one of my secondaries to start the turn. So if I had made that charge, I actually would have won the game because I would have had Storm Hostile and gotten more on primary. But as it is, the Votann finished with a 78 and the World Eaters with an 86. So we finished 78 Votann, 86 World Eaters. So a great game, pretty close score, and trying out some fun new units and that sort of thing. So that's it. Follow us over to the post game chat, guys, and we'll talk it all out.